Hey y'all, this is Miles.
Hey y'all, this is Chen.
And this is
The QuietStorm podcast.
Episode 14. Ooh, how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Episode 14. And the title of this episode is Toxic Parents. Toxic parents. Okay. Disclaimer. If it resonates, take what resonates, because this is for educational, entertainment purposes only. And if it don't, let it fly. Let it fly.
Hey.
Okay. Mental check-in. Mental check-in. You know what today is?
What's today?
December 30th. We about to enter a whole different ball game. 2025. How you feel?
I'm excited. I got my wool boots on home. That's how I'm going to say about. I got them on, baby. Yeah.
I feel good.
I feel good though. I'm excited because I feel like there's a lot that's in store. I'm excited because you just know.
Let it all work out. Let it all work out.
Let it all work out. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting God take over.
Okay.
So I know. I ain't gonna get say.
Heck is the I do it. I'm gonna get No. That's funny. How I'm feeling? I feel good. I feel well rested. I feel like God is working in my favor.
Well rested indeed.
I don't have anything to worry about. It's like everything is aligning in my favor, basically.
That's good.
Oh Lord. Oh, the nails holding up. Right.
Oh, mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spoke too soon.
Oh. Yeah. You said spoke too soon. You should have glued that right back to it.
I can't find it, and then I threw listen, we will talk about that later. I was so mad. I said, "Wow, I threw it away." It's okay.
That's funny.
But they do hold. Like they be on there for like 3 weeks.
That's good. Do you have some more?
I threw the box away by accident. That's what I'm talking about. But they hold up, don't they?
No, I'm saying like a different kind, other than the ones that you have.
You know those white ones about 4 years ago.
Oh, you had those. Okay, period.
Yes.
Not still holding to stuff, hoarder. That's what you learning from your toxic parent, because she learned it from her toxic parent.
Hold on. Those are toe press-ons. Let's get it straight. You can, and they'll think it was like 500 pieces of those. Why would you throw those away? Go ahead.
Nothing.
You would throw a 500 piece?
That's why I gave them to you. You give them when you don't need it.
That's literally, it was a 500 bone piece. I ain't got time for that. If you break off, put one back on.
Exactly. Okay.
Anyway,
toxic parents.
What do you think a toxic parent is? Let's speak on that.
Well, I can go based off my experiences and then not too far deep into my experience. Y'all should see my face right now. But more go based off my experience and then like try to pick off what other people experience a little bit. So the main number one thing is neglect. I feel as though a toxic parent, not just a parent that's not able to give emotionally, like, it's like nurturing your child in the right way, but when they're not able to nurture their child, and then when the child, in a sort of way, like trying to be on their own healer journey and say, hey, parent, you did XYZ, it turns into a gaslighting thing. Like, they don't remember nothing that they did to you in the most, like, you know what they're saying? You act like I'm a nigga on the street.
Wow.
That's what it feels like. Like, I didn't even come from you. Right. I'm just a person on the street that you had to take care of.
Wow.
That's how I would, the analogy.
That's deep.
The analogy that I will represent when it comes to a toxic parent.
That's deep. Like, I just did what I did just to get by.
Right.
Damn.
It's okay.
It's not, though.
The experience is not okay, but I understand.
Where you at in your life now, you understand it?
Not even that.
But
I understand why the person was doing what they was doing. I understand that part of it. To understand that part of it and to then get the healing part of it from my side, I understand it totally. Where it's like, yes, it's a repetitive thing, like, oh, because you didn't receive the things that your parents gave you, then you pass it on to your kid. That's why we talk about generational trauma. But then at the same time, the things that they didn't receive and then still to hold it on and intentionally pass on to that child, that's a whole different other ball game that people don't even think about it. Because you, at that point, that's intentional. Like, if you're like, oh, I don't want to be hurt, so I don't want to pass on that hurt, but you intentionally pass on that hurt, it's like, okay, that's wonder, like, where you are.
That's where, like, that phrase, like, my mother did it to me, so what? Or like, you gonna pay rent here until you move out. My mother made me pay rent. Like, okay. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Yep. And healing is not about the people that did. It's not about, not saying like it's not a get back, like you're trying to.
It's for you.
Exactly.
It's for your peace of mind.
Right. Because, so regardless of if that person is still the way that they are, because I used to be like, how I used to think about a lot of things when, like, it's the same thing for about intention, and where people be like, oh, just say sorry, just say sorry. The saying sorry part is not for me, it's for you, so you can feel better. It's not for me, because if I intentionally don't feel sorry about the situation, then I'm going to go on with my life. But I had to realize that's the same result of healing. Just because I want to heal and I need some type of understanding, it's not for them to say, oh, I'm sorry, or let me fix the situation, or how can we move past it. It's more so, okay, I understand your point. I understand the reason why you did the things that you did, and I don't even need the sorry from you. I just need the clarity part from my end, and it don't have to result in an apology or forgiving, but the forgiving part is more for me. It doesn't have to the resolution is not always on the other person, because sometimes we tend to seek the problem solving for the other person, and I see that a lot. And I see it a lot of times in parents and kids relationships, where they feel as though they have to be right. Oh, like say for instance, oh, you used to beat me, and the parent be like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I ain't beat you. What you talking about? And then sometimes the child need to hear, I did beat you. I'm sorry.
Right.
But it's not. You got to understand that sometimes that's not going to happen when you have a toxic parent. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
But and you know what? It brings me back to when we was at the breakfast table with
Nana.
Yeah, and I was like, "You made us go and pick a switch," and she was like, "I never beat you with a switch," and I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? I don't know what tree I had to pick. I couldn't even go too far. You watched us from the screen though. Pick a switch, and it better not been no
no scrunny honey. You know what? It better been a big dog.
Yeah, whippersnapper. Shit. And then, yeah, you're right there because I was taken back by that. Like in my mind, I was like, maybe she get older to the point where she don't remember. Mm-hmm. Like, but then again, it was like, nah, you very much remember you. She could be just ashamed of it.
That too.
She could be ashamed that she did that to us, knowing like today, like
if now you still remember that, and that's you still holding on to that. I didn't mean it like that.
No. You in that. Say shit.
Because I said he said. Put your hands up.
Hold on.
Go pick up his line.
For real? Oh shit. But anyway, I wouldn't say. I was more so reminding her of because if we was at the breakfast table, I had told my kid, if you don't get yourself together, I'm gonna bop your ass. Mm-hmm. And she said to me, you don't be doing that. Don't tell me how to. Even though I tell my kids all the time I'm about them and don't do
it. It's just the words. You gotta threaten them a
right. Like, but she don't know that. And it was just the fact that she told me not to
tell them that.
Don't tell them that. But how can you tell me that
when you did it to me?
And you did way worse to me. Like that. But then, and it was like, I'm over that. I don't got to be in with the switch now. I'm over it. I'm past it. But it was just the simple fact that you telling me how to discipline my kids when you discipline me way worse.
Right.
That's toxic. Shit. Also, too, I can understand about the generational thing where those stuff is being passed down but when you, of course, a child wouldn't see it until they older though. But when you have a parent who's come from toxicity and they try to acknowledge to stop those generational things and to handle things in a different way, I think a child will understand that once child gets older, or because like you said, you understand things now that you're older. But how do you move? Like, even though you're healing, right? Mm-hmm. Once you talk to your parents about the toxic things that they did you forgive and forget? Or you just move past it for your sake, for your mindset?
So like I always say, healing is not a linear thing. So what might work for me might not work for you. So it's kind of weird because
it's not asking.
weird. No, I'm about to break it down. So I can't say I forgive and I forget, because I did forgive it, because it's been situations where now, I've been reflecting a lot and even asked God to forgive me when I didn't understand. But more so of when I start remembering certain things. Because sometimes, when you're in trauma, your brain start to think that's normal.
Right.
And sometimes it can even,
because that's what you're around.
yeah, and
It's your
then
atmosphere.
sometimes your brain not even think that it's normal, but start like erasing stuff out of your mind that you like, what the hell? Why did? And then it could be random. I could be in the car chilling and remembering something, but then I had to. I'm not about to cry.
Oh wow.
I have to really.
You okay?
I'm okay, because I recently had a memory, and then I literally prayed, and then
Take a moment. Take a moment. Take a moment. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale. Out through your mouth. Feel like we switch roles. You cried a drop of a dime. And I was looking at you like, why you crying?
No, I literally
You
prayed.
feel you okay now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I prayed for the person, and I was just like, even though I went through something, even though I'm on the opposite end of the situation where I feel like the person supposed to be asking for my forgiveness, and I was just like, God forgive them, because they don't understand.
Right.
And I was in literally deep prayer, like, I don't even know why I was thinking about that particular thing. But I was just like, if they not asking for your forgiveness, God continue to give them the understanding. Continue to soften their heart. Continue to, whatever your will is, let them be in your will. Because during that time, I was just like, they probably didn't even understand it. I wasn't even thinking about the hurt aspect of it. I was like, oh, this came up in my head, something I didn't even, probably even, I blocked out. But then when I started reflecting, I was just like, that wasn't even my hurt at all. That wasn't even something that I was supposed to hold on to. That's why I started praying. I was just like, God, forgive him.
I want I'm glad you can talk about it, because a lot of the times when people go through stuff like that, the person can choose to continue to hurt and toxic, or that person can want to grow from that. And then, but when a person don't choose that, that leaves more evilness, more hurt, more sad, and more dark. That leaves more dark space in your mental,
Right.
For it to stay there and then continue on. But in order for you to be able to pray for the other person says a lot. That's deep. Because a lot of people don't care about the other person. So I want to congratulate that. Like, I'm proud of you for that. I'm really proud of you for that. I'm proud of you. I wish to be like you when I get older.
But to answer your question, you're not going to forget because it's always going to be a new memory to trigger your trauma. Always. I'll just how you always say, stay true to you and everything else will work out. So
Yeah, I truly believe that.
I know what my triggers are. I know what I can and cannot talk about. I know me personally. I just know me to the core where I'm like, that ain't gonna work for me. I know when to go. I know when to stay. And sometimes it's been to a point where I didn't know when to do those things because of the things that I was holding on to. Because I wanted things to look a certain type of way. But it was just like, if I'm holding on to this, it's like say for instance, you burnt me. Like say like you burnt me with something, with a pot. And every time you cook, I'm like, I ain't stepping in the kitchen. I ain't doing that. That don't work for me. I ain't stepping in the kitchen. I ain't doing that. Nope. And everybody like, let's cook, let's. And we then we having a family. Let's all cook together. I'm like, I ain't cooking. Not around Chad. She be burning people with a hell no. If I started to hold on to that, I realized I won't be able to grow.
You probably be scared to cook or teach you something. You teach your child to cook,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's toxic. That's toxic.
It's hell.
But we letting go of the toxic. We letting it go. I also, and you know what too? Even though this world, there's billions of people in this world, there's other parents. There's different levels of toxic. There's a lot of, like how I explain to my kids. You know, you don't go to school. You don't talk about what people got on. You don't. Excuse me. Excuse me. You don't. You don't do certain things because you never know what somebody's going through, right?
Right.
And it's just I noticed like even though I just know there's a lot of like when my kids or they tell me a story or something, or even just watching, because you know how people watch too, where there's mothers and fathers that, just like you say, they just there to take care,
babysit and not actually take care of their kids.
Yes, and not realizing that has an effect on a child. A child don't know nothing but what you teach them and what they are learning and what they're observing from you. Right. So you have these mothers out here that's, having their children raise their other children. You have these mothers out here that's, sleeping with all types of men, bringing men around the kids and not knowing, just to say they got somebody,
I did recently a new one when women would sacrifice their kids just to have a man. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, you could take my kid as long as you doing XYZ. What in the world? What in the world we living in?
That's dangerous. Also, too, but these men though too, but you got to think about it. There are women that are babyfying men, like their sons, to say, "Oh, that ain't my son, baby. That ain't my son ain't gonna do that. My son ain't gonna do that." Not knowing it's bigger than just your son.
Right.
It's about the child. You got to stop that bullshit. What about the child? Because if you think about it, we are our ancestors. So when we teach ours, they're going to teach theirs. And they're going to teach theirs. And they're going to teach theirs. And then we just going to keep going with the cycle of fucked up? No. You got to train. That's why I remember when on Christmas, I was like, it's something having a daughter watching you having raising daughters and a son. Because even though I'm not a man, I can teach my son how to be there for his sisters. Because, my son, he don't play by his mother. He even tell my daughters, don't talk to my mother like that. She an adult. So it's something just to see. Even when, they say, I know it's some women that say, I'm not no man. I can't teach him how to be a man. No, but you can teach him how to respect women.
Or just be a decent human being.
Right.
They be worried about the men. They be worried about the men, their sons being more than being gay than being predators.
Right. Talk about it.
Because they'll hide that. But if you gay, let's put this on Facebook. No. That's nobody. Regardless of what you deem as what's right and what's wrong, especially when it comes to sexuality, that's nobody's business. That's what I was taught. My mother always taught me, what you do in your bed, as long as you're not harming nobody, that's nobody's business. Nobody's. So you worried about this, but he's not even a good person. You worried about this, but he's putting his hands on women. You worried about this, but it's so many other things worse than that.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I want to know, like, how far is people worse? Because
I was thinking about that nowadays,
Because sometimes you be like, Nick, why? But then I've learned to, these past couple weeks, I've learned just to shut up and look. Just shut up and look. Because one, I went to an event. Remember the event I went to? And that was just like, that event was something. Whereas though I felt as though I was addressing the fucked up shit.
And they was fussing at you because you
was addressing the fucked up shit. And I was
like you said, people want to get physical and physical for the truth. And that's true though.
That's the truth. They wanted to tussle. They wanted to run one to tussle. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Y'all want to be, I get it. Because the veil was lifted, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
And because I see you, hear you, and looking at you, I know what to do with you.
Right.
Right. And that's sit and look at you and don't have no parts of you. Period. Because no. Mm-mm. The truth, I don't understand why the truth is so hard for people to accept. But you will accept a lie more than the truth.
They haven't said in it. They haven't even thought about that part, that side of it. Because like how you say, living in, like if your life has been this one way your whole entire life, and somebody like, hey, no, that's wrong. And you're like, no, my mother been doing this. My grandma, like how you make mac and cheese. My grandmother been making mac and cheese. We got the recipe right here. What are you talking about? And then you like, no, you don't have to make it that way. You can take this out. You might not need sugar. You might need a little salt. You might need to make a little roux. Because trust and believe, I didn't know there was so many different ways of making mac and cheese. But this is neither here nor there. But you know the analogy. But when they've been taught this whole entire life,
right?
And then you show them, oh no, let's take this out, let's put this in. Let's change your character up. You don't have to manipulate people. You can actually tell people who know your real self can whatever you present to the world will gravitate to you. You don't have to manipulate nobody to like you or to let me get some money, that big thing, let me get some money. You don't have to do all of these type of things to win over people. Just be yourself and let whoever's trying to gravitate towards you will gravitate towards you. But since they've been learning that part their whole entire life, and then you're checking them on it, it's just like, wait a minute,
who you?
So you checking my grandmother?
Right.
Who checking my aunt?
Who you think you is?
Right.
I am who I am.
Now they got to defend a whole generation of lie.
But it'll be something when the generation of the lie say, well, baby, I know that wasn't right. And I'm going to tell you that wasn't right. The person that's defending looks stupid. and I still gonna sit there and look. Because what can you say after that? Nothing. It wouldn't even be I told you so. Because the proof is already.
It wouldn't be I told you so. Sometimes, depending on the person that's been living in that lie can come back and be like, hey, you know what it could be in another lifetime or in this lifetime. Be like, oh, remember we had this conversation?
Right. I appreciate you.
Right.
I respect you.
Right.
That's us thinking too far ahead. Because, people nowadays, they, like we said, they want to fight you about the truth. Damn. They want to look if you buck. Why I look? You ain't got to go that far. No. But I never break down from a nut. You want listen? Just don't get too close to my space. I never turn down a rat. Just don't get too close. I'll tell you, back up. I'll tell a motherfucker back up quick. Back up. You're getting too close. And if I tell you back up one too many times, then you know what's next coming. Yeah, the buckaroo. So I'm joking. I'm not though. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So what's something that you've learned from your toxic parent that you choose not to pass down during your parenting? I could start.
No. You already said your piece. Let me say my piece. Every piece. I would say it would be stealing.
Well, damn. And what you like? All of it. Because to think about it, if we really want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
Well, I would say, for the most part, like, I would say stealing for is money.
Okay.
Just being there for my kids mentally. I would say, emotionally, mentally and emotionally is something that, expressing themselves. That I would say, because growing up, I couldn't express myself.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was beat a lot.
Well, damn.
I was even set on and beat as a child.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think, and that's another reason why I don't beat my kids now. They don't. I said them all the time. Get your mother. I can't talk to them. I literally like how our granddad talks
Hard,
to
stern talking.
I did a hard start talking. They be no, no. And
Dramatic.
I can tell them, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, I'm gonna do this.
They ain't about it.
They know it damn well.
And still be scared.
Right. Right. So that's what I think because that scarred me as a child. Like, our mother was like pretty heavier when we was kids, and even though, and a lot of people say, thinking back, like now, like recently, Amira homegirl was like, "You was something else as a kid," and I remember me just being a crybaby.
What are you talking about, girl? You was off the train, off the jizzy.
I don't remember me being off the jizzy.
Girl, yes you do.
No, I'm talking about
as a kid.
Yes, I'm not talking about as a teenager. I know it I would say from the age of 13 or not. Yes, I was off the chisel for nizzle my nizzle. Yeah, and especially I started working when I was 14. Hell yeah, shit. Couldn't tell me shit. I was off the chain. Ooh, good old times. But I'm here now. Yeah, but as a kid, like I remember me crying. Honestly, I was a prayer warrior because every time I got in trouble, I would literally pray, "Why, Lord, I'm getting in trouble? I ain't do nothing wrong. Oh Lord!" And it was like I remember getting beat. I would literally hide to go pray. Like I don't know.
Before your ass whooping?
Yeah.
What else?
I was the type I was hiding belts, all shoes, anything that was in the proximity that I could get a beating with.
Girl, she used everything but her hand. I didn't understand it.
Right. Shit. I was, But yeah, those are the type of things though that I say that I'm growing from my toxic parent is the stealing, the lying. Like I'm upfront with my kids. I tell them what it is. Because I just don't, even though like some stuff, a kid don't need to know, but at the end of the day, some stuff they do because I feel like in this day and age, I'm not shielding my kids from nothing. Because the world is going to come full force and they're going to figure it out on the outside anyway. And you see, and I think I'm doing something right because my daughter, she was like, some of these girls are uncouth. She's starting to realize that some of these young girls that's coming up that's in her age range, she was like, they ain't right. Like their mother, I don't know what their mother teaching them, but she knows,
Like you basically giving them the information so nobody can.
My mother didn't teach me about stuff. I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own.
Mm-hmm. So nobody will sway their mind like, I already know.
Yeah.
I already know that. No, we ain't even
go
for that. We ain't even go for the okey doke.
Yeah. You can tell when somebody being sneaky. You can pay attention to somebody mannerism. Everything. The little line, big line, pay attention.
But I want to congratulate you because, one, I remember, I don't know what we was doing, but Olivia picked up Aubrey's phone and read her messages, and you said, that's you boundary crossing.
Oh yeah.
But Olivia, they already settled. They already went back and forth about this fuel. But Olivia told her she apologized to her. She was like, "I'm so sorry for crossing boundaries." And Aubrey shaking something her apology. I was like, "Oh, that's good parenting right there."
Oh, thank you.
Because other people would have been like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna do it again and again."
Mm-hmm. But yes, thank you. Because I didn't know that happened. But because you told me that, she probably understood because I'm teaching her. She, how she came to me with something, and I said, you don't have to accept that.
Right.
If you don't like something, you say that and let them know that you're setting that boundary. So that's why she felt she probably went back and said that because I'm teaching them that.
Right.
Well, thank you for telling me because I didn't even know that.
Good job, good job, good job.
I didn't know that.
Oh, let me see. Something that I'm not going to pass down. The main one would be neglect. Not.
Do you think you was neglected?
Hell yeah.
How do you think you was neglected?
First off, nobody should be in the house by themselves at a young age. Let's start there.
How old were you when you was left in the house by yourself?
Let me see.
For food, like where you can remember you was. Did you
kid.
eat some chicken?
Probably. The restaurant.
Not the potato wedges. No, you know what? Who starved by the chicken too? Grandma.
I didn't understand she was backing it up and taking it with her home. That's
she
what
said,
she used to come and visit. She would pack it up and take it with her.
No, what she said. But I think Amira had said something to her about not having food. And Grandma said, shoot, you had chicken? And Amira said, that was it. And Grandma was talking about, shoot, y'all had that chicken in there. A lot of that chicken went to waste. No, the chicken did not go to waste. Your ass would come and package that shit up. You would package chicken, lemon pepper chicken, sriracha chicken, hot sauce chicken, cold chicken. You would eat that chicken like it was a 5-star course meal. That's why she now, where she live at, it's a
New York fried chicken?
And a hip hop. One day I got her hip hop chicken. She said, this ain't the chicken I want. And I said, well, you welcome. She said, I wanted the New York. I said, you ain't tired of that New York fried chicken. God damn. And I think that's the only chicken she liked because that's the chicken she used. That's the chicken she was eating.
Mm-mm. Let me see. The youngest I've been left alone, I probably was like 9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
How old was I?
You're 7 years older than me. So what's that? 16?
Oh, I was out the house. Off the porch. Around the corner at the mall. Shit. Around the mills.
9. I remember it was even a time where
you was by yourself when I wasn't around?
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me see.
You ain't want to go nowhere with her?
Who? My mother?
Yeah.
To be left in the car? Hell no. That's worse to be left in the house. Let me see.
Damn. So you feel like you was neglected? I'm sorry you went through that. Do you? Yeah. Did she make sure you ate? Well, your dad was around, wasn't
He was. But he didn't like leave me in the house. So if I was with her, she'd drive me off to him. He'll tell her to come pick me up. She'll drop me off in the house.
Oh.
Trust me, it's been plenty of times I've been at New York Fried Chicken. It just went to do no shit.
Shit, I would have been. I wouldn't be eating no chicken.
Yeah, I wasn't. But that's why
no chicken. That's why I don't even lie. Can't catch me eating the motherfucking chicken piece.
That's why I fall in love with gyros. Gyros and Caribbean food.
Oh yeah. Damn. So that would be neglect.
Yeah. And not in a, because you know sometimes when people don't receive certain things, they try to overcompensate and do it to the extreme. I can't predict the future, but I know I don't want to be overbearing with it because you know sometimes I don't know what I'm going to have a girl or a boyfriend, who knows, but I don't want to be to the extent where I am pouring into them, loving them, and not thinking about, not even considering they could turn out as a bad person. Like I want them to be good people, not
like
just
raising a decent human being,
not just to them, not just to other people, but to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because
but you teach them that,
right. But sometimes people could be so overbearing where they just shut off that they could be assholes, shitty people.
But now that you know that,
right?
You know that. You just spoke on that. Be different. Do different.
Right.
Teach different. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. But you know, sometimes you is coming up, you was an asshole.
Oh, trust I know.
Yeah. A real bad asshole. Like those dirty ones.
Trust I know.
That wasn't good.
Be an asshole?
Sometimes you still can be an asshole.
Oh, for reasons. But
like at the Christmas thing.
That was an asshole. That was real life. Because if we so what she's about to explain.
You know, I didn't even say it. You cut me off. I didn't even say this shit.
What she's about to explain a Christmas, what happened at Christmas. Go ahead. Let's hear.
Well, no, since you know, Miss, since you got your degree and every fucking thing. What I was going to say,
when we was playing Uno at the table, it was me, my mother, my sister, who else? Our uncle, and then my sister Boo thing. We was all playing cards. We was playing Uno to be exact. The dealer makes up the rules. So we go over it. We don't even put the money out or deal the cards before we go over before we tell the rules. I mean, after the rules, we tell them ahead of time. So we said it so many times where I want to say we're like 5 or 6 hands in. And this person, which is my mom, keep asking the same thing over and over again. What's the rules? What's the rules? I said, oh, yeah, no. Thank you, because she wasn't about to be the only person out. Uncle Rundell was about to be out too. Because he was just putting out anything. I said, you can take your money. We can do it another time.
Who says to somebody, take your money and get out the game? And we already are deep in the game. We deep in the game and you say, oh no, just take you and your money out the game. Huh? I need to win that. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. If she don't know, she don't know. Let her sit there.
Not for your benefit. No.
I needed to win that money. And I think I did. Yeah. And she was mad that I won.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But Yeah.
That was asshole-ish.
You think so?
You told something that was real life, yeah.
That's real life. It's because the problem is, just like you know your mother, I know our mother. She know exactly what she be doing. Mm-hmm. Just like the time, because I was said I was in my enjoyment. I wasn't paying attention to anything. But I had literally, me and the mirror was taking pictures. I was recording, but I was acting like I was taking the picture. All you can hear in the background, Princess Nadia, Princess Nadia, Princess Nadia, and then in the moment. Ooh. In the moment, I wasn't really. I was just trying to record, be in my enjoyment. But I was just like, she was doing that for for a reason.
She saw you and your sister
right. She was doing that for a reason. She did it throughout the whole. I was like, damn, she ain't stopped no one time. She said, Princess Nadia. I said, oh, okay. But she know exactly what she be doing. And it's okay. She just needs some love too. But she got to get it the right way.
Sitting with yourself can be an experience. Sitting with yourself. Yeah. Anyway, we thank y'all.
Thank y'all for listening.
We thank y'all for listening.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Episode 14.
Episode 14. Love y'all.
I love y'all.
If nobody told you today.
The QuietStorm podcast
Loves you.
Hugs and kisses.